my goodness. We are live.
Oh shit, bro.
What's wrong, homie?
Oh, just reacting to you.
Okay. Cool. What's up, y'all? How's it going? Welcome to Highdeology. Would I fuck Bernie? No. No, I wouldn't. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I wouldn't fuck Bernie, okay? Let me tell you why. The reason why I wouldn't fuck Bernie is because I happen to be a straight man. And straight men don't typically like to fuck other guys. Okay?
Skull just told me that there's another thing coming for me from Japan.
Weird.
I was like, oh.
That's crazy, dude.
I know. So nice.
Somebody says, hi, Ashley.
Hello. Oh wow, this is just like Periscope.
I know. But it's better. Because
you can have a filter on?
Yeah, dude, look. You can do like, look at this, dude, look. Look at me, dude, look. Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep. I like the 8mm filter. It makes Highdeology feel
Hi guys.
feel official. We have to move a little faster than we normally would with this type of filter on because it looks like that old kind of movie, so you have to like blink fast and go like.
Can you be the father to my children? He can't, even if I would let him.
Well, that's not technically true. In vitro. We could have one of my sperms injected. Why are you choking me? Oh. I could have one of your sperms injected. One of your sperms?
One of your sperm. Dude, did Periscope ben you?
No. I've been to Periscope. Okay, it sucks. It sucks out loud, and I was tired of fucking with it. Fake Sagan is live too, scintillating. I'm sure he's having a fucking rousing discussion over there, self-aggrandizing.
Did I just leave my phone over there like a retard?
Did you? I don't think that's retarded. You might just be stoned. I mean, give yourself a little slack, yo.
I'm not even stoned.
You're
just
not?
retarded.
Mm.
Did you see my alpacas?
No.
They're the alpaca guardian of the house.
Jesus Christ, man. The little alpacas guard the house. I seen Logan? No.
We were going to.
We were going to see Logan last night, but it didn't happen. But we're going to go see it tomorrow, I think. The guys wanted to go see a movie. And it's been a while since we've been to see a movie, so I think it's time for Logan to happen. I've heard it's good, so... Traps are indeed gay. Are they really?
25% maybe?
The 25% gay?
Yeah.
Favorite Pink Floyd album is Wish You Were Here, my friend. And I do. I wish you were here. I wish all of you were here. Not here like in my living room, because there's 104 of you and counting in here, but I wish you were here in the sense of like in the city so we could all go party somewhere, you know. I understand. Wish you were here. You're gay and can confirm. What if a trap, think about this, what if a trap is a lesbian? So what if a trap is a lesbian? Is she still gay? Does that make her gay? Or does she become straight if she's a lesbian? Think about that. It's probably a smart thing to avoid traps at all cost. Not those types of traps, but like traps in the ground, like bear traps. Would I eat out young Hillary? I mean, if she wanted it, I guess. If we had that kind of connection, you know, if I met her and I was like, Hillary Rodham Clinton, I want to eat your pussy for you. And she was like, okay, then, you know, maybe.
You're so weird.
When's the Ukrainian meetup? Why do some lesbians hate men if their private lives... I don't know. Paul, you're not alone. I jump at the chance to sleep with Hillary. Thank you. Thank you for being brave enough to come out and admit it. I'm the founder of Hillanon, okay? Guys that admit that they were attracted to younger Hillary Clinton. And there are literally dozens of us out there. Literal dozens of us out there, okay? So you're not alone. You're not alone, dude. What the fuck are traps? Traps are transsexual women who are biologically male, who by looking at them you can't really tell that they were born men. They look absolutely female, and then you get them home and it's a trap.
Dude, sometimes traps aren't even like transsexual. They just dress up as girls, and they don't look.
Yeah, like a trap doesn't even necessarily have to be a trans person. They can
Yeah.
just be a dude that likes to cross dress.
Yeah.
Am I high? Yeah, I'm high. That's always the answer to that question, though. Usually.
How many people do you get watching now that you switch back to YouTube?
I've got 136 and growing in here now.
Oh,
last
that's
night
pretty good.
last night I topped out at over 300.
Wow.
Is that a dollhouse behind me? Yeah, that's Ashley's new dollhouse. A very nice fan of the show sent her that from her Amazon wish list, and we just all put it together. Would I fuck a trap? Depends on the trap. Would I blow a hot shemale? That's a little harder for me. I don't really want to deal with the dick at all. $150? No. Periscope averaged way lower than $150. $150 was a really good Periscope. My Periscope's usually topped out at about $120, $110. When do I lift the Brett Keane embargo? Hopefully never. I know I talked less. We watched that. We saw that I talked less than TJ in the Andy Worski video, but you know, reality and the narrative don't often add up. Blair White would get it. Blair White would get it. Blair White would get it. If I saw her in a bar, I'd take her home and hit it. Is Ashley playing Minecraft? I believe she is.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I'm playing a mod pack that somebody on the Discord recommended to me.
She's playing some mod for it.
Called Space Astronomy.
Give a shout out to your channel? Why, dude? I've never even been to your channel.
Playing Minecraft and eating Lunchables.
Paul is not Sir Speaks a Lot. Yeah, that's true. Sir Speaks a Lot is a whole different dude. I don't have any control over him. Like, I don't know why. I don't really look like him. I mean, I don't have a chainmail helmet, so it's pretty absurd. Yeah, dude, the DP Patreon. Do I like Seattle better than Cali? It depends. I mean, there are things here I like better than Cali, and there are things in Cali I like better than here. The weed in California is marginally better than it is here, in my opinion. I like the beaches and the climate of California a little more than I like the climate here, but I like the legal weeds. I like the rain. I like the actual seasons of this area, so it's not just winter, summer, like it is where I'm from. Yeah, the girls are way hipper in California. They wish they all could be California girls. I'm not really into cars, no. My dad tried really hard to make me a car guy, but as a kid, I just wasn't interested. I like some cars. I really like admire cars, but I'm not really into it. California girls are unforgettable. It's true. What's my favorite DP moment? I don't know. Winning $4,000. Yeah, thank you. That's up there. Yeah, winning the first annual Wheel of Misfortune is pretty high up there. It's hard to beat that.
On the nipples top that?
God, those clothespins were awful, man.
You think that was the best moment though? Was those clothespins?
Yeah. It's a They was funny. What It Do was funny. I mean, there's all these little breakout moments that happen throughout the episodes. Who's my favorite crazy person to watch on DP? My favorite crazy person? I really like G-Time Johnny, because he's kind of from the area that I'm from, and I think he'd be really fun to like sit and smoke a J with. So I'd say G-Time, man.
I feel like maybe G-Time Johnny would be one of the people who like you would actually like let talk, because he's so like, I don't know, it's like how he talks and what he says is so weird that you just have to listen.
Yeah, he's got that mesmerizing crazy guy tone.
Yeah.
I like G-Time. Man, somebody said not correct, but cool. I don't know, dude. Maybe he is right. Maybe G-Time Johnny's onto something. Why is Brett Keane so depraved? Because he's a scumfuck, dude. He gave up on being a good person a long time ago, and now he's just looking to fucking step over somebody to get a little higher up on the food chain. He's one of those guys. One of those guys that, like, convinced himself a long time ago that the only thing in the life that matters is taking care of your family. And how you deal with other people outside of your closest friends and family doesn't matter. He's a fucking grifter. There have been people like him since the beginning of time. He just happens to be a very, very perfect and unrepentant example of a type of person that has always existed and probably always will exist. What's the weirdest thing I've ever fapped to? I don't know.
Mom.
I used to fap to like hentai and stuff back when I was a teenager. Like, and a lot of what I was able to find back then in the 90s was like tentacle porn and shit. I guess I was into that. I don't know that I've ever really beaten off to bestiality. I've watched it, but it's not really my thing. I don't know, man. Eel porn, I've seen it. Yeah, like tentacle hentai back when I was a teenager. That was pretty hot. What's the weirdest sex I've had? I don't know. I haven't had a whole lot of weird sex, I don't think. I mean, me and Ashley had knife sex a while back.
That wasn't really weird, was it?
I mean, according to some people, it probably is.
Yeah.
That's my thing, is like, I don't really think many sexual fetishes that play out between two consenting adults are all that weird. So when people ask me like, what's the weirdest thing you ever did? I don't really look at anything I've done as weird.
I have the safe word. You know my safe word, right? Do you remember it?
Did we establish a safe word?
Yeah, I have a safe word.
I don't remember what your safe word is, dude.
Really? That's not good, man.
Yeah,
I need
we've-
a safe word.
we've-
You need to remember my safe word.
Well, I don't really take you to the point where you'd need a safe word.
No, but I have one.
Well, we'll have to figure it out, dude. We can't tell anybody the safe word.
I got it from one of my favorite video game characters. It's her safe word. So.
You have a video game character with a safe word?
Yes, I do.
Cool.
Dude, these stupid slimes.
It's my most hated DP moment. I don't really think I've ever really hated a moment. I didn't like the fight that I had with Ben on air because I don't really like arguing with friends like that. So, I guess I didn't really hate the moment though. Just wasn't all that fun. I haven't even gotten a chance to look at the new Overwatch hero yet. I'm actually more excited about the new Heroes of the Storm hero than the Overwatch hero. They just announced the little Proby the Probe, dude, is coming to Overwatch, or to Heroes of the Storm. I want Proby the Probe. Probio, I think his name is, or some shit. What movie do I hate the most? It's hard to say. Like, there are some movies that I just really think suck absolute shit. But hate the most? I don't know. Star Wars Episode 1 is pretty fucking wretched. It's hard for me to think of another. I know it's kind of a cliche answer, but it's... Favorite candy is Skittles. Most disliked band. There was a band that was popular for a while. If I just hate a band, I don't listen to them. Whoever the band, there's a bunch of songs out right now that I just absolutely loathe because they get played every 5 seconds on the radio. Like every time I'd get into Ashley's car, she'd have like the radio on, and this song, this like, oh 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 oh, I'm balling, but I'm taking my time on my ride. I'm just like,
That's
a bullet for you, a bullet for me, a bullet for everyone in your whole crew, a bullet for me, a bullet for you, a bullet for everyone in your whole crew.
That's 21 Pilots, I believe.
And then there's another one too that plays all the time that's about pills. What's that other one that plays every fucking time we get in the car?
Shit, dude. Is that the one that...
Oh, yeah.
Sure, whatever.
Everyone that is out going off dogs and have fun tonight. Have fun, take pills.
Yeah.
I don't know want to get all down to have fun tonight. Have fun, take pills.
That's not what they say, though, remember?
That's what I hear when they're singing it.
She says, I love cheap thrills.
Whatever the fuck it is, that fucking song. I always thought it was have fun, take pills. I was like, well, at least the tagline is good. The song is deplorable, though. Oh, there's another one, too. Another one that's on the radio all the goddamn time. Once I was 7 years old.
I hate that.
My daddy told me, get yourself a wife or you'll be lonely. Once I was 9 years old. It's like, the song is deplorable. Just shut up. Who cares? There's a bunch of those fucking songs that just get run into the fucking ground. Favorite Frank Herbert book? I mean, it's Dune. I mean, like, I know that's... Dune is one of my favorite books of all time, so you have to go to the original. I like God, Emperor of Dune, and Dune Messiah as well, but Dune is just... I love jazz, man. I absolutely adore jazz. I don't listen to it a lot because most people aren't into it, but when I'm alone, I listen to a lot of jazz. What's Dune about? Dune is about like the spice. Like there's this stuff called the spice, and it only exists on this one planet, Arrakis. And these 3 different royal houses are all vying for control of Arrakis so that they can control the flow of this mineral, this spice that they need. I mean, that's the basic premise behind it. Yeah, it's DMT, basically. Yeah, I liked Ender's Game. Kill Switch Engage, they're a little over manufactured for me, like a little overproduced, I guess. I like metal, but I like metal that sounds like it's actually being played by a human being, and Kill Switch Engage is just so pro-tooled that I'm just like, oh. So it's this kind of like designer metal. The new Alien movie looks good. I don't know if it will be good. Tits, dick, or ass? I like tits and ass. Kind of equally. Best Lord of the Rings movie? I mean, it's either... for me, it's either The Two Towers or Return of the King. I don't know which. I'd probably Return of the King edges it out just a little bit, but... The Two Towers is so good. Alien is done for. It's all the same. I don't think so, man. I think Alien's got a lot more to give. We'll see, though. I actually liked Prometheus, so I'm one of those people that like... The Covenant trailer does look really good. Stay a while and have some sepsis. You were bored? Well, I'm happy to be bored with you. Happy to be bored with you. I'm going to try and do one of these after each main show, at least, so 2 a week. We'll get together and chill for an hour or two, smoke some weed, talk shit. Let's go ahead and try out our new segment again. It's called Balls Deep. For those of you that don't know, this is where you ask deep questions. I'm only going to answer your deepest, darkest questions, okay? If it's a shitty, non-deep question, we're not even going to go there. I'm going to let you guys think. Don't type out your question yet, okay? Just, I need to pack a bowl. So let me do that. Let me finish this little bowl here. Okay. And I'll load up a fresh bowl. And then we'll discuss this, these deep topics.
Oh no.
What's wrong? A skeleton popped out.
No, he's armored.
It's an armored skeleton.
Die.
An armored skeleton pooped out, dude. Okay, so let me take a nice hit here. Get good and baked, and then we'll do balls deep, okay? Hold on, you guys are typing way too early. I'm not reading the chat yet. Just give me a sec. Okay. Let the games begin. Oh shit, here we go. Let me block this faggot. Get out of here, dipshit. Okay. Flap on or out. I prefer flap on. So I prefer toilet paper over the top, not underneath. But that's me.
Me too.
I like it over the top. I prefer it over the top. It makes more sense over the top. It sits there. If you have a cat or something, it can't really easily grab the thing and unroll it over the top. Underneath is for fucking old people, stodgy old people in public restrooms, okay? They go underneath because that's just the way they do it. At home, you go over the top. That's a very good deep question, but let's move on from this stupid. That's actually not a deep question. Is politics a detriment to society? The current state of politics, I think, is detrimental to society. I mean, certainly it provides the glue that holds civilization together, so it's a necessary evil. But I think it's at this point in time, it's a detriment. Is there a way to get rid of madness? I don't know, man. I've kind of given up on getting rid of my madness. There's a certain amount of crazy that's just part of the way I am, and I just have to manage it. My brain works in very odd ways, and I just have to manage it in my personal life to the best of my ability so that it doesn't destroy my relationships. I've tried to kill myself twice. One time when I was a teenager, and one time when I was in my early 20s. Different methods. My plan the first time was to get really drunk and drive up to an overlook up near an area called Bass Lake, where I grew up, and drive my car off of a cliff and die that way. I got as far as drinking the whole bottle of vodka, or most of it, and getting to the overlook, and I woke up the next day with my car kind of lodged against the thing. I was still drunk, but a couple of hours had gone by and I was able to get myself home safely. I changed my mind, I guess. So I don't know if that counts as a suicide attempt. I've always counted it as one because my intention really was to drive off the edge of that. And then the second one was with pills, and I didn't take enough, I guess. But I certainly tried. Do you think that leaving the planet is more important than protecting the biodiversity of the planet? Why are they mutually exclusive? I mean, certainly right now we should be focusing on trying to protect biodiversity because we're so far from leaving this planet, it's laughable. But in the long run, biodiversity doesn't really matter much when your goal is the survival of the human species. I mean, certainly we have to preserve a certain amount of biodiversity to sustain ourselves on, but in the end, it really is about us. As beautiful as a mountain goat is, it can't really understand its place in the universe, and we can. There's no way the mountain goats are ever going to build a spaceship, but we might. How long do you think humanity has before we destroy ourselves? I don't make calls like that, man. The important thing to know is that it could happen any day, any second of any day. I mean, one misunderstanding, one exchange of nuclear fire, and it's all over. So, free will or determinism? I tend towards free will. I've heard and understand both arguments, and free will is the side that I err on. It seems to make the most sense to me. Both logically and in the sense of, using it as a guiding principle for your life. Free will implies that you have a choice. It implies that you aren't locked into a path that you can't escape. And I like that idea. And really, when it comes to free will or determinism at this point, it really does come down to which idea you like more. Free will doesn't exist. Well, I agree. Free will doesn't exist in biblical terms. But I certainly think that an argument can be made for the existence of free will outside of the Bible. Do you think all religions are the same? No, they clearly aren't. I think they're, maybe derived from the same place. And maybe they serve some part of the human brain in the same way. But as far as them being the same, there are very clear, demonstrable differences between the religions. So, do I think nihilism is the ultimate truth? No. Mutually assured destruction. I mean, that's honestly been our nuclear policy for the longest time. Once we realized that nukes had escaped us and that they were out there in the world and that people had been able to reproduce them, then the mad policy became the only policy. Is the death penalty okay if the justice system is 100% sure that the person who... No, I don't think it is, because once again, the justice system is supposed to arrive at that already, and it doesn't. So really, the death penalty doesn't make any sense. I mean, maybe we should make it an option for people that are sentenced to a lifetime in prison. Maybe we make it an option for them to opt out and just, take a lethal dose of something and die, and thus removing their burden. Do you think California will leave the Union? Not in my lifetime, no. So, would you want somebody to die if they killed everyone you know and raped your ass? No. I wouldn't want that person to die. I would hope that that person would be removed from society so that they couldn't perpetrate that crime again. But wanting that person to die would not bring back my anal virginity, nor would it, or my family. If I gathered all, I'm not gonna ask. This is balls deep, not Dragon Balls deep. Would you willing give up your body to transfer your consciousness into a machine? Depending on, I mean, that's one of those questions that I can't just give a hard yes or no to. I would have to know what to expect in the machine, right? I'd have to be able to have some kind of a demonstration, perhaps. But I would certainly consider it. What's my biggest regret? Wasting time. And that's a very broad answer, but it's the truth. What's Ashley playing? Minecraft. No, not like right now. I'm talking about wasting time, living a life, doing things that don't please me in any way, that really aren't what I want out of life. That is my biggest regret. If you challenge me to a children's card game, Yu-Gi-Oh! No. Do we think we are at risk of losing free speech? We've already lost free speech. Absolute free speech is, I don't know if it's ever been attained in a modern Western society or anywhere else. But as far as like the level of free speech that we have right now, absolutely. Absolutely, we're in danger of losing that at any moment. You see people assailing it from all angles. Liberals, conservatives, SJWs and anti-SJWs. This is the era of language policing. So yeah, free speech is under assault. Free speech as we know it, the limited protected free speech that we enjoy in this country, is under assault, yes. And it really always has been. Because it's dangerous to people. Not necessarily us, but people that run things. I claim the right to shout nigger in a crowded theater. Okay, well, I guess several people there will probably claim the right to beat the fuck out of you. But I suppose, quid pro quo. I believe we're being assaulted in our privacy every day. Dude, privacy is a myth. If there's anybody out there, okay, look, here's how you're private in this country. And even then, let's say the United States, I won't speak for your country. Here in the United States, you want privacy, here's how you get it. Number one, you got to be off the grid. What does that mean, off the grid? That doesn't just mean you don't have a cell phone or a landline or anything. That just means you're not on the grid. You're not on the electrical grid. You don't have an address. You don't have a fucking phone. You don't have contacts or associations or a job or a tax ID number. You go off the fucking grid. The deep web doesn't really count because you've got to be on the grid to be on the deep web. I'm talking about off the fucking grid, living out in the woods, a subsistence farmer. And even fucking then, if you're deep out in the woods and a game rancher comes along tracking a deer and finds your little encampment out there, he's going to report you and the government's going to come and take your fucking shanty down. So privacy is a myth. It's an absolute myth, and it's a scary myth in this day and age that people think that they're private because they use fucking incognito mode in Chrome. Have I ever considered that there's only one eternal moment that is always now, that the past and future are mental constructs, and that we only infer exist from the constant change of the present? I mean, I've heard that model before. The idea of time as a single regenerating point rather than a line. Maybe it's true. Although science seems to point to an interaction between space and time. Time seems to slow down at speeds approaching the speed of light. So It seems to all be relative. Tide goes in, tide goes out. You can't explain that. You can't. You don't know that. Do I believe in alternate universes? I love the idea. Let's see here. Is it possible to be 100% neutral? No. No, not even you, sir, at the neutral party is 100% neutral. You claim to be, sir. But at the molecular level, that split face that you have, the white and the black, that's not exactly symmetrical. It's not mathematically. You have a little bit more of one than the other, sir. You are not neutral. Does a true perfect analogy exist? No. Analogy is inherently imperfect. That's what makes it funny and useful. If you acknowledge that your will is a part of your brain, then how can you assert that it is free? Why would your consciousness not just be another function of the brain? Determinism makes more sense. Well, I mean, look, I experience reality through my brain, but I do not believe that every choice that I make is determined by biology and all of these other factors, nature, nurture, raising, regional growth. Because I can see different, like I'm old enough that I can see different paths in my life, times that I've made divergent choices. And for you to tell me that I had no choice in the matter, or that the choice that I made in the matter was pre-ascribed by how I was raised and my psychological proclivities and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and that this biological function of the mind is only, is only accessible in a linear way. I just don't agree. I don't agree. Yeah, preordination has the stink of religiosity around it, even if it's explained away. I suck at physics. I'm not a hillbilly physicist like you, man. Will we ever end the drug war? No, probably not. If by we you mean the United States of America, probably not. Smoke some weed. Good idea. Let's take a hit, everybody. I'm going to call that, done for the Balls Deep segment tonight. Thank you guys for the very, very deep questions. I mean, you're certainly welcome to keep going with the deep questions, and if I like them, I'll answer them, but, we'll end the official... My favorite Girl Scout cookie? I like, oh man, the shortbread cookies. I know they're very plain.
Wrong answer, dude.
I know, dude. Everybody likes those coconut macaroon things.
No, I hate those ones.
Well, which ones do you like then?
Thin mints, dude. Thin mints.
Yeah, see, I'm not a mint guy, so thin mints are not my thing.
God, the thin mints are
I really like the shortbreads, though, dude. The shortbreads, the peanut butter cookies are pretty good, too.
Yeah, peanut butter ones are good.
But everybody likes the thin
Yeah,
mints.
Girl
I'm not a
Scout
big
for
mint
so
guy.
many years.
I had a really bad experience with mint, and it kind of put me off of the flavor.
Why? What?
Okay, so my dad was a union organizer when I was a child.
Yeah.
And we got to go to this really fancy dinner one time when I was a kid. I was about like 7,
Yeah.
which would have made my sister like 4 or 5. And we got to go to this really fancy union dinner where they serve you like this 8-course meal.
Yeah.
And at the end of the 8-course meal, there was a dessert.
Yeah.
And the dessert was the same for everybody, and it was creme de menthe parfait. And it was a parfait, so it's like this kind of mousse, and it had creme de menthe poured over it. And I didn't know at the time, I was a little kid, but creme de menthe is like, it's like alcohol, and it tastes really gross. I mean, it's really strong.
Yeah.
And so I ate the parfait, and because only a little bit of the creme de menthe had gotten on the parfait, it was okay. It tasted really minty and kind of strong, but I liked it. And then I got down to the end of it, and there was this like shot of creme de menthe. in there with some parfait mixed in with it, and I was like, oh, I'll just drink this. I drank it and I threw up everywhere. It was the grossest alcohol ever. Like, it was just this giant mouthful of disgusting mint alcohol.
Wow.
And you're not really supposed to drink that part at the bottom, but I didn't know. I was a fucking kid. They probably shouldn't have been serving me that in the first place.
Yeah.
But it tasted like ass. It was, it felt like ass going down. And ever since then, now it's not that I don't eat mint. It's just that it's not my favorite flavor anymore. Like, I used to really like mint stuff when I was a kid. I used to like, mint chip used to be my favorite ice cream for a while when I was a kid. But after that cream to mint shit, when I eat the mint chip, it's still to this day, all I can taste is that cream to mint.
That's so weird.
It had such a profound, like, I don't know why it stuck with me for so long, but I just don't like it. Have I looked into any criminology theories? I mean, you'd have to be more specific. I mean, in a broad sense, no, I've never sat down and been like, I'm going to look into some criminology theories. But there might be some theories of criminology that I've read about. I like Run the Jewels, yeah. Have I played For Honor yet? I haven't. I just haven't purchased it. I haven't been able to afford it. Did I ever watch Romper Room? Not yet. What opinion do I have on Billy? Philly the Bridge, dude? Are you talking about Philly the Bridge? I like Billy. He's awesome. He's a cool dude. And a really genuinely nice guy. And I hope he comes back on the show. You know, I really do hope that our fans, you know, even though, you know, the little whatnot and what have you that we didn't go over the way it was supposed to. I hope that you know, our fans don't hate the dude, because he's a really nice guy and he's genuinely cool. Would I like a Moorhead State shirt? I don't even know what Moorhead State is, dude. Is that some kind of joke? Like, I want to get Moorhead? Is it possible to go beyond this galaxy or faster than the speed of light to discover other life forms? Earth cannot be the only planet. Look, dude, the ponderance distance between us and the nearest habitable planet is just, it's insurmountable with traditional engines, and that's what basically science is saying. Like, we could go faster than we're going now, but we're not going to get anywhere near the speed of light. And even if we did, there are some places that it would take 400 years for us to get to. I mean, it would feel less for the people if we could somehow overcome the incredible crushing force of traveling at that speed. It just doesn't make sense. We're gonna have to bend the laws of reality to us. See, we need to stop looking at. I mean, look. Let's keep working on traditional propulsion, because we're gonna need to scoot around in space easier. But when we're talking about these long distance trips and stuff, like the TRAPPIST system that was recently discovered with like 7 possibly habitable worlds around a dwarf star. Look, if we're ever gonna get out there, we're gonna have to figure out a way to circumnavigate the laws of physical reality. Like, we're gonna have to figure out some quantum mechanical way to travel without moving, to create some kind of a wormhole, or to create a singularity so powerful and contained that it can bend the fabric of reality around, like they talk about in Event Horizon. You know, Event Horizon, they always did that thing where, like, you know, you take point A. What did he do? He's like, you know, point A is here, you know, and point B is here, and you fold space. You create a force so powerful that the space between those two things folds in on itself, and then the craft passes through and space returns to normal. So bullshit. I mean, right now it's bullshit, but, you know, we could have been having this conversation in the 50s, and I'd be talking about, you know, one day, like, not the 50s, the 60s. One day, you know, everybody's going to carry one of them computers like they have on Star Trek. They're going to have it right in their hand, and the whole world will be accessible at their fingertips. They'll be able to call their friends from wherever they are. And you'd be going like, so poppycock. Balderdash. You know what I mean? Like, look, yeah, right now it doesn't exist. Trust me, there are people working on it. There are people... Because trust me, I'm not the only person that realizes that traditional propulsion is not going to get us from A to B. If we ever want to put a boot on the ground or a probe anywhere near one of these fucking things, we're going to have to come up with a way to traverse this distance without using traditional methods. Do I hate prequels? I mean, it depends on the prequel. You know, I don't automatically hate a prequel. But it's very easy for a prequel to be lazy and referential when it should stand on its own 2 feet. A good example of a prequel, and the entire movie, of course, is not a prequel, but the opening to Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade is 20, 30 minutes worth of prequel content that I think, honestly, if they had kept it going, would have made a really fantastic Indiana Jones film. Certainly as a prequel to the entirety of the films, even in its 20-minute form, it was really great. So I don't automatically hate prequel content. It's just most of the time it's lazy. Uh, 100 years from now, we will still be masters at inflation. Okay. Every imagination ever exists in time as a complex chemical reaction. Cool. You have bad anxiety, what do? Get help. Call anxiety helplines if you have to. There are 800 numbers that you can look up on Google. Type in free anxiety helpline. Should get you some 1-800 numbers. And there'll be people on the other end that'll maybe work with you and help talk you down, help you get some resources in your area to get help. Drinking is not a good way to relieve the anxiety, my friend. Take it from me. Is Ashley my hottest girlfriend ever? She's the hottest chick ever, period. I mean,
Please.
To me, I don't care. I don't care what these other niggas think. You think I care what their little fucking whack-ass, fucking jabroni-ass interpretation of what you are is, dude? No. Ashley's beautiful. I don't know how to say it. I've dated some really, really beautiful women, but Ashley's the most beautifulest of them all.
You crazy.
Fuck your tight little 21-year-old asshole. Okay. As long as you're 21, I mean, bring it on over here and put it on my dick, I guess. For a chubby girl, she is hot indeed. I mean, the chubby thing doesn't even matter to me. Like, I've always thought girls of every size are hot, and I've dated women of every size. I've dated chubbier women, and I've dated really, really thin and athletic women, and I'm attracted to all of them. I just never really had a giant preference on this. I mean, like, certainly a certain size of woman would be problematic for me. Like these people that can't even get out of bed because they're so big, but I like thickness. I like the pleasing roundness of a chubby woman. I didn't say healthy at any size. I said fuckable at any size, basically. Was I ever religious? Sure. I was raised evangelical Christian, kind of proto-Baptist, not proto, but kind of like a pseudo-Baptist upbringing. I was taught that the Bible was real. I was called myself a Christian all the way up until my very early 20s. I didn't become an agnostic. Well, I called myself an agnostic until I was about 20 years old, and then kind of went from there. I was never a hardcore believer of a Christian. Like, my parents didn't take me to church a lot, or my sister, and it wasn't really stuffed down my throat. But it certainly was taught to me as absolute truth. Protestant. Who's my favorite philosopher and why? A lot of people call bullshit on my answer to this question, but my favorite philosopher is William Shakespeare. A lot of people say he wasn't a philosopher, but if you've ever read the works of William Shakespeare, you know that he was a philosopher. So he's my absolute favorite. I've read his works from cover to cover more times than I care to admit. And I've learned a lot about how to deal with people from reading Shakespeare plays. I've learned a lot about how people over the oceans of time don't really change much. It's pretty scary how relevant Shakespeare still is. Is TJ smarter than me? On some subjects, I'm sure that he is. On others, probably not. I'd say that TJ and I are very close in our intelligence levels, and we may just have, different proclivities in different areas. But I may be wrong about that. I may be way dumber than TJ. He may be way dumber than me. I don't know. Am I homeless? No, but thanks for asking. I will take donations though, so if you got a $5 you want to give me so I can get some food. The weirdest interaction I had in public. Weirdest interaction I had in public. I had I don't know, it's not really all that weird. I had a really strange run-in with an ex right after I'd broken up with this girl, and I'd been with this girl for a long time. And I was dating this new girl who would become my ex-wife. So we had just started dating. And she was very, she knew that I had just come out of this long relationship. And so we'd had this long talk about my previous relationship. She was worried when we first got together that I might not be ready to commit to a relationship because of the fact that I was so freshly out of this other one. And so she wanted to know a lot about it and how I felt about it. And so she had seen pictures of my ex, and it was late at night, and we went to a movie, and we were hungry after the movie, but it was late, so the only thing open was a Denny's. And so we were going to go to Denny's and get some grub before we went home. And I walked into the and I really did like my wife, and I thought, you know what, dude, if I do brush into this ex, it's not going to be a big deal. It really isn't going to be a big deal. But I walked into the Denny's, and sitting right there in the waiting room, there she was. And she was wearing this dress that she had that I fucking loved. I don't know why. It was like some party dress of hers. And she was there with some fucking dude that I didn't recognize. And I know I had no right to be jealous in that situation because I was walking in with a chick that she didn't recognize. Snore? Okay, cool. Well, here, let me go ahead and block you so you don't have to sleep through the stream anymore, bro. That won't be a problem anymore for you. Anyway, long story short, it was her. And I thought I'd be cool about it, but as soon as I saw her, I turned into a blubbering idiot. I didn't cry, but I just stammered. I was like, oh my, and she had seen pictures of, my ex. And so she saw her and was like, oh no. And she saw me, and she expected me to just be cool about it. And I just turned around on my heel like a German soldier and goose stepped out of the Denny's. And that caused a pretty big fight. I'm not going to lie, because she was like, what was that? I was like, I just didn't want to be in there with her. And she was like, yeah, but if you're, not over this girl enough to go eat at a restaurant, then what the hell are you doing with me? Blah, blah, blah. But I just couldn't hang. It was a little soon for me. I'm pretty awkward when it comes to relationships, ex relationships. They're really hard for me. Because I feel very familiar with people that I'm exes with, and that's not very cool to people that you're currently with. If I had my druthers, I'd walk up to an ex and just hug them and ask them how they were, and be very cool with them. But that's not how you're supposed to react with your exes. You're supposed to be like, eh. Unless you've got kids with them, then it's okay to be cool with your exes, I guess. But if you don't have kids with an ex, you're not supposed to walk up to them and give them a hug and ask, what up? You know, you're supposed to be like, hello? And then just walk by. That's what's expected of you, man, so... You gotta do something with this Caleb Bell guy. Caleb Bell, do you want to wear my face? Hold on, let me see what he says. Yeah, I just saw him. There's a bunch of them. Would you fuck me if I had a green ticket? No, probably not, man. Favorite Shakespeare play is Much Ado About Nothing. Well, no, it's Twelfth Night. 12th Night or The Tempest. It's so hard to pick one. My favorite to act in was The Tempest. My favorite to read is Twelfth Night, so... Why don't you think you could have a relationship with anyone? I wonder. What makes me feel the most guilt? I've tried to walk away from guilt to the best of my ability, but I still do feel guilty about some of the ways that I've treated people in the past. And what causes me the most guilt? I think it's times that I was mean and never made amends for it. And there have been very few of these times that I haven't been able to make amends for, but there's one in particular that I just can't see myself ever being in the position to make amends for. And, that kind of sticks in your craw. Does it ever worry me in regards to my size? Of course it does. I'm intelligent enough to know that being as big as I am right now is a major risk to my health and well-being. Of course it worries me. Am I an audiophile? Kind of. I don't have enough money to be a real hardcore audiophile, but I love listening to music loud and in clear, perfect, crisp definition. Am I a giver or a taker? I'd say I'm probably a giver in most social situations. I'm very, generous with people. Not just with money. What are my European countries of origin? The only one I know for sure is Ireland. I don't know any other one. I mean, I've heard England, France, Germany thrown around on my dad's side. My mom's side is almost strictly Ireland. How often does Ben troll me? As often as he can. If Brett Keane needed a life-saving operation, would I help him? Depends on the help. It just depends. I mean, it depends on the context, I guess.
Sign the papers for assisted suicide? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I don't think I'd be giving Brett a kidney, let's put it that way. Although it would be a way to exert control over Brett for the rest of his life. Because then when he was mean, I could be like, dude, I gave you a fucking kidney, bro. You're only alive because I gave up half of my fucking kidneys to you. Is my girlfriend playing Minecraft? She sure is. She's playing like some kind of space Minecraft mod. He would still hate me? Of course he would be. Brett doesn't know how to be genuinely thankful for a goddamn thing in his life. Big fan from Australia here. Do you deal with anyone in your daily life on the Asperger's autism spectrum or similar problem? I don't know if my daily personal life I do. Huh?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
Who'd you say?
No, nobody.
You just said a word.
Yeah, no.
You said a word.
Yeah.
Just say it again.
I didn't say a thing.
Oh my god. What did you say, dude? What the fuck did you say? Did you say yourself?
Yeah.
I'm not on the fucking spectrum, you asshole. I think you're the autist, dude. I deal with you every goddamn day and your fucking stupid bullshit. What makes a person intelligent is memory and episodic acuity, morphic and Higgs field sensibility, and critical reasoning with high frequency algorithms. Thank you. Thank you for that breakdown of intelligence. I appreciate that. My first ever job was I worked at a recycling plant that crushed up glass to be taken to a glass factory nearby and melted down and turned into recycled bottles of wine and shit. And my job was to stand, there was this conveyor belt way above me, and it would dump glass onto the ground. And in the beginning of the morning, it would be a tiny little pile of glass because it was just there. And I'd have to kind of stoop over. And my job was to pick little pieces of ceramic out of the glass. Because ceramic, if you allow it to stay in the glass, too much of it is in there, then it creates these little imperfections called stones in the bottles. So my job was to pick pieces of ceramic out of piles of garbage glass. And as the day went on, the pile would get bigger, and pretty soon you'd be climbing up this fucking thing. It'd be a mountain of goddamn glass. And at the end of the day, you'd go home, and the next day you'd come back. How much did it pay? Minimum wage. I worked all summer, and I saved every penny that I had, and I bought my first car with it. So, that's pretty cool. The chunks were too small to cut yourself on. When you grind glass down to finer chunks, there's no edge to them really. And we wore gloves, so even if there was an edge in there. Do you or Ashley play on Twitch? Not really.
That often at all.
Would you ever do the sellout versions of these live streams where you pay to keep the question up longer? I mean, I'm going to turn that on. I don't think that's selling out. I try and read as many questions as I can. I don't, really see the wisdom of not turning that on. If people want to give me $1 to read their question or whatever, that's what I do here, so... $1 for every push-up I'll do. I couldn't even earn $1 from you right now, probably. When are we planning to come to England? If all goes to plan, this summer, like June. When do you see the space race? You have to comprehend what the space race is before you can see it. And you don't know. You don't know what the space race is, okay? Okay? Okay, guy? You have no clue. Did LSD help you with empathy, or are you a naturally empathetic person? I was naturally empathetic before LSD. LSD really triggers my empathy, the empathy center in my brain, though. And I tend to very easily connect myself with other people. Even in an abstract way, like the Munchkins. Where's 333? 333 got a copyright ID or a content ID match. So TJ is in the process. Well, he may have already finished it. Let me go check. I hate these stupid things. Yeah, I think that TJ is... in the progress of editing the video out, or editing the chunks so that we can re-upload it. So why haven't you experimented with many mind-altering hallucinogens? Because I only like to ride the edge of a hallucinogenic trip. I only really like to ride that edge. I don't like the idea of giving myself over to total hallucination. Like salvia, DMT, those types of really strong, like high dose LSD or mushrooms, like those types of really strong hallucinogenics really don't appeal to me. I like to keep both feet planted on the ground and have my perspective changed, not have my ability to understand perspective removed from me. And that's just a personal experience, like a personal choice. I really don't begrudge anybody tripping the way they want to trip. I just ask that people, allow me the same latitude, I guess. I've never tried kratom. I've certainly had some enlightening and maybe even life-changing experience on LSD, and mushrooms. So certainly, yeah, like enticing your brain via chemical compounds to let go of its tenuous grasp on reality for a little while and entertain the possibilities of strangeness existing out there. Certainly that can forge some very life-changing experiences in people. Would I recommend weed to alcoholics? It depends on the alcoholic. I mean, there are some people who are more prone to drink when they're stoned. And to that person, I would say, well, if you're an alcoholic, then you need to not smoke or drink. You need to go sober. There are probably alcoholics that would benefit from the inebriate nature of cannabis use as a supplement to alcohol abuse. I don't know, man. I prefer weed to alcohol. I drank all through my 20s, and it was fun. And I don't begrudge people getting super drunk, and I don't even really have a barrier for myself to get super drunk. Every once in a while I do, but I just don't do it as much as I used to, and I prefer weed. In your globalist technocratic society, do you see prescription LSD as something that could be massively speed along the dulling of more nasty aspects of human nature? I mean, sure, I think that, certainly something derived from LSD. Certainly we could find maybe a better compound for people. It's been shown that low-dose psychedelics, like LSD, I mean, it's even been showed that ketamine, which is also known by its party drug name, Special K, it's an animal tranquilizer that you kind of lay out on a pan and you bake, and then you scrape up the powder that's left and you snort it. And that, in low doses, has been shown to almost absolutely reverse depression and suicidal thoughts and tendencies in chronically depressed people. But it's a Schedule A drug. So it's like we have to be able to examine these things. Best way to find legal weed? Move to a state where it's legal. Colorado, Washington, Canada, where it's legal up there. California works now too. Nevada, Maine, Massachusetts, Washington, D.C., Oregon. Cocaine legality? Sure. It would probably be smart to legalize cocaine. You'd probably see a lot less... certainly legalizing cocaine would shut down a lot of black market money traveling to and from the United States. And legalizing it would also allow it to be regulated for purity, so you wouldn't have to worry about it being cut with some other drug. My favorite Game of Thrones character, it's very cliche, but how do you pick a different character than Tyrion? He's so good. I mean, he really is the central figure in the book, and what a fantastic central figure to pick. People keep asking what Ashley's playing. She's playing Minecraft, dude. People will do drugs no matter whether it's legal or not. That is absolutely true. England won't entertain the idea of legal weed. I mean, I don't think that will always be that way. I think as the United States starts to progress further and further down the path of national legalization, the Brits will probably wise up and legalize it as well. Especially where they see the benefits of an increased tax base because of it. I'm a Dom on the Dom subometer. I'm firmly a Dom. I like to slap asses. I like to pin people down and flip them all around. How often do I smoke weed? As often as I possibly can. I stay high pretty much all day. There's, probably about an hour or two of conscious sobriety in my given day, which works for me. How often do I beat up Ashley? Only when she deserves it.
Hey.
How to get off boozing? You have to be careful. You can't just quit cold turkey because you could go into shock. So you need to consult a professional on that. And there are numerous alcoholism hotlines that you can call that'll put you on the right track to finding some resources about how to responsibly and safely wean yourself off of alcohol.
What is oozing?
Huh?
Is oozing?
Boozing.
Boozing.
Like drinking booze.
Oh, that's like a
Boozing,
word.
yeah. How can I form drug connections if you have social anxiety? That's a tough thing. I don't know, man. I mean, really, you just have to have a friend. I mean, most people even, like, you have to overcome the social anxiety to some level, man. You have to attack that because you're gonna have to be able to. All right, fucking hey, man. Stupid motherfuckers, dude. Constant fucking spamming ass bullshit. I'd struggle with coke and alcohol. Social anxiety sucks. I agree. It's a tough thing to live with. How much does good weed in California cost? Depends, man. It's a regional thing, and I mean, I'm sure it'll stabilize now that it's legal, but as a medical service, it was way more expensive. Well, it sometimes depends. Like in the inner cities, there's a lot of competition. In the suburbs and out in the country, you've got one or two dispensaries, so the prices typically get jacked up because of that. So I guess that's the best I can do as far as an answer there. You heard of this obscure, oh my god, don't even talk about the goddamn death grips, dog. Get out of here with the goddamn death grips. ASMR doesn't help me at all. It actually puts me on edge. I don't like whispering.
It doesn't always have to be whispering, though.
I know, but it's always like somebody talking in a very calm voice. And it's just like, It sounds weird. Manufactured. How did I first approach depression? What do you mean approach it? Like try and fight it or come to it or what? What are we asking here? Yeah, whispering irritates the shit out of me too. I have struggled with opiates, yes. That's why I don't take pills unless I see the bottle they came out of anymore, because I can't be really trusted around them. Why do people try to deny facts that FDR's policies were the best and they were democratic socialist ideas? Because people like to revise history to fit their narrative. I mean, even modern conservatives have trouble with FDR because what he did saved the nation from utter ruin in the wake of the Great Depression. He created a new contract with America that has brought stability, and they were very, very, especially given the time, socialist ideas. And conservatives have a hard time with them because these programs created by FDR still exist. And a lot of their constituency rely upon them, but they also don't want them. They want to be able to tap into them and steal from them. Oh my god, Caleb, dude. You're so, like, fucking annoying, bro. Like, the fucking I want to fuck Paul meme was funny for, like, the first couple of times, I guess. But every time I see you, it's another, like, do you want to suck my dick? Can I suck your dick? Can you lick my balls? Hey, can you fuck my asshole for me when I get to fucking the green ticket? And can you suck this dick and suck that dick? He's got to go, man. It's just annoying. It's just a long paragraph of wanting to suck my fucking dick. Do I like Sargon? I don't really know Sargon. I don't watch his content, so I guess the answer would be no, but I don't have a distaste for him. I just don't really understand what he does. I've watched a few of his videos, and I've been left with a kind of 50-50 meh. I know, man. I don't really care about his sexual adventurism. I just don't want him to talk about dick for 20 minutes in here, especially not when it's my dick involved with him. It's something that's never going to happen for him. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Nirvana. My favorite ice cream is like straight vanilla or chocolate chip cookie dough. I like both of those a lot. I guess Paul now knows what it's like to be a chick on the internet. What, to be constantly barraged with sexual propositions? Man, must suck. But that's even like, nah, dude, because like chicks on the internet are getting harassed by dudes. I'm getting, but they're like, it assumes, you know, heterosexuality though. Like, they're not getting, like, lesbian chicks throwing themselves at them. I'm getting gay dudes. Like, if it was chicks throwing themselves at me, I'd probably not ban them. You know, I'd be like, cool, there's a chick in here throwing herself at me. I'm just going to pretend I don't read it, but I'm going to read every comment that she makes. And, you know, but, like, no, it's a dude, though. Get the fuck out of here, bro. You know what I mean? Sexist. I am kind of sexist. I'm sorry. It's not. I'm not homophobic. I just hate faggots. You know what I mean? They gross me out. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. I love faggots. I'm a flubist, dude. I'm a total fucking flubist. Hey, baby. You wanna come see me? You wanna come see me? Come see me. Wanna come say hello to the public? You little ragamuffin. There he is. Look, say hello. Say hello. Say hello to the people. Ooh, you smell so nice. Mom gave you a bath. Ooh, you smell so pretty. You smell so pretty. He smells so pretty. Don't you be eating that chicken off that plate, you little fuck whistle. I will drop kick you off the balcony, boy. That is not dinosaur food on that plate. I will get you some dinosaur food if you're hungry.
I fed him already. You shouldn't.
When did you feed him?
Like a couple hours ago.
A couple hours ago? Well, maybe he's hungry again. I don't know. You wanna fight me?
God.
You wanna fight me? I'll get you in a chokehold. Do you wanna fight me? Oh, no, he ran away. He pussed out. He pussed out.
Oh my god.
You a pussy, dude? You a pussy? You a pussy? Step up then. Say something about it. What you got to say about it? You a pussy? You aren't? No? Are you a pussy?
I know there's so many.
Dino, come here. Are you a pussy? Really? Come here, baby. Come here, baby. You need to chill out. I'll take you out to go potty in a minute, okay? I'm gonna end this stream. I'll take you potty. You wanna go potty? Here, look at me. Come here, come here. Get up here. Look at me. Look at me. Shh. Shh. Dino, be quiet. Come here. You need to go potty? 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 You do? You need to go potty? Okay. He needs to go potty. and I need to let you guys go. Thank you for chilling tonight. It's been fun. I'll see you guys next time, yeah?